What I have to tell you now feels still so unreal, unbelievable. I never thought that I had to make someday a video like this or in the next years, but it happened. And I want to tell you about it. So as you know, I've bought a year ago my first own horse. It was my dream, my absolute dream, like my childhood, to have our own horse, and it was a gift from my family to my last round birthday. After a long time of searching, I found a beautiful 2-year-old brown cold-blood draft horse. Everyone tells me don't buy him, you need a horse which is ready to start, ready to ride. Don't buy a teenager horse. You haven't been on a horse for such a long time, but I've bought him. And it was one of the best decisions I've ever made. I've got my dream horse. It was long, it was a rough way, but we are growing together. And today I have to tell you that he is not anymore under us. He's dead. He died, and I just cannot believe it. So I made the decision that I had to make this video now, to realize it, to work with it. I'm grieving a lot, and beside my family and the barn family, nobody knows what happened. But maybe it's a good decision to talk about it, to tell everyone what's happened, that I can realize it a little bit more when the video is cut, when the video is online. It is a step for me to handle with it. Tomorrow I would have my horse Caruso for 1 complete year. He was in a very healthy condition. Everyone was fine, everything was fine. He was young, almost 3 years old, and nobody knows that something like this would happen. I thought I had a young horse. So if he would break someday his legs in the forest, I can understand it, because this is something that I can realize. Okay, he falls down, then he breaks his leg, but not to die like this in this age. My dream was to live something like an Bavarian cowboy style. My dream was to have a horse that I can trust. It can trust me. We have a band which brings us close together. We spend every month several days together in the woods. He is my companion together with Aika for my bushcraft tours. My Bavarian cowboy horse, but it never came to this. I've got a call after so before afternoon, and the stable owner called me and suspected a colic. I had to come immediately. The vet also had to come. I was there in a few minutes. And a little bit later the vet also comes, but maybe he doesn't make the right decisions. He think it was something different than it was, at least. Maybe he gave him not the right medicine, not the right treatment. I don't know. Changed nothing today. If I knew which was the reason why he died, because he died and nothing could change it anymore. Almost when I know why or because or had he could made it if he got another medicine or another treatment, I don't know. So we had a very strong bond because our beginnings was a very, very rough time. He was a horse in a teenager age. He was at the meadows and the mountains for his young age till I bought him. So he knew nothing. He don't know how to walk beside a human. He don't know how to give the hoofs. He don't know how to respect human. We had to teach him everything. And this grew us together. I had the luck that I had a great stable owner. They loved him too. And they worked with him every day. They helped me so much that we was at the point where we was before he died. We spent so much on him. We spent a lot of time, a lot of nerves. Of course, also so much money, because I cannot teach such a horse like my own. And I was afraid that I've made something wrong. So they taught him how to react if he got commandos, like stand still or walk, or I don't know the English word for the 3 different kinds of walking: slow, faster, and then running. This summer he would be ready that he was under the saddle and I am at the top. He would be ready that we spent our time together alone in the forest. And now the dream is complete over, because he's gone. He will never come back. And my dream of having my own horse and spend time in the forest with my own horse is over now. Everything is gone. And the only thing what is still there are his hoof shoes, because we had to remove them, and his halfter, and memories, photos. Everything else is gone. And I know that it never come again to the situation to have my own horse, because I would never buy a horse by my own. Such a draft horse cost a lot of money. Because of this, I've got a young one, which is not so expensive, but I would never buy it at my own, because I would never have, or till now, never have so much money at the side that I can buy something like this. It was a birthday present and I was so happy about it, so happy that my dream come true. So he got his last portion of hay around 12 o'clock German time. And 2 hours later, the stable owner came again back in the barn. He ate everything, but he was laying at the ground, and she knows the vet had to come. So we give him medicine, we walk with him, because walking helps him. he was able to lay down, because this can help to remove the organs back to the part in the body where they should be. But nothing worked. Nothing worked. Then we put him on the, I don't know the word, which is carried with the car and the horses at the vehicle at the backside. And we drive to a horse clinic, a very good one. We drive around a half hour and a little bit. And then we had to walk around in front of the clinic because they had another emergency before us. We had to wait around 10 minutes. Then we brought him in the room, and the vet is doing so much different things than the vet before. He was checking his blood pressure, how fast his heart was running. It was running around 120, which is the most highest heart rate which is possible. And he was checking his the skin under the eye and in the mouth. The mouth was almost white, and it had to be normal skin color, and the eyes was complete red. I don't know this in the past, but now I know that this is a very bad sign. And the vet before doesn't check everything like the vet after done it. He could give him another medicine. He could give him through the veins water, that his health condition would be a little bit better. But he had done it. And we was only 15 minutes there, and then he had to say it. I cannot help him anymore. So he was checking his oxygen level in the blood. He had to go for that in the second room. This room has something like a cowboy door, which opens when you walk through. And he come back, and I knew immediately at his face that it's too late. He showed me the tool where he checked the oxygen level in the blood. And he told me that he doesn't see a level like this in a very long time, because the tool cannot find any oxygen in the blood. He was almost dead when we arrived, but he still was walking. He was fighting. He was fighting so much. And he told us, I'm so sorry, but we had to go out now, and I had to give him the medicine that he could die, because otherwise he died here in this room within 50 minutes, and he will have a lot of pain. So we go out, 2 in front of him, 3 in the back. We was pushing him that he was going outside. Then he got the medicine. He falls down. Then everything was gone. This all happened so fast that I can still not realize it. How could a young and healthy horse die this way? With so much pain. He got a lot of painkillers, but they don't bring the pain away. In the hospital, in the vet hospital, they told me, I had to check how it calls, that he had a bowel torsion, an intestinal obstruction. So There are many reasons how this could happen, but everything was fine before. He had good hay. He was walking around. I don't know why it happens. I still cannot realize it. That I have to sit in front of the camera crying and tell you that my horse is gone, which I bought just a year ago. It's unbelievable. Aika, my good one, is the whole time at my side. She knows that something is wrong. She smells at the stuff that I've brought home from the hospital. So I'm pretty sure she knows what is going on. And I always watch the video from them both. They love each other. So Caruso's always try to grab the string where Aika is on, and then they always give kisses. Aika loves to be at his side. And he, it's so cute. The kids loved him, and I loved him very much too. And as you see, this makes a lot with me, this loss. My heart is so tired. The last 4 weeks was very rough for me. So you don't know what's going on. So they want to have me in a German survival show, which is very popular. And after this, the print papers and online magazine checked my channels, and one other YouTuber called me a lot of bad stuff because I was doing prepping stuff. And he told me that's unreal and that's kind of radical in politics, and yeah, I don't want to talk about it again. But this was a very rough time because I had to read a lot of bad things about myself, and I can't do anything against it. Then I had to go to the court. Maybe you know what's going on. And I had to spend thousands of euros on this because I had to pay it first before everything happens. This was very heavy to handle for me. And now what's happened with Caruso is just the top of everything. I feel so lost and low inside. It was just too much the last weeks. I was never crying before in front of the camera. But the loss of Caruso is just, you know. So, at first I don't want to realize it. I've slept the whole day, but when I close my eyes, I remember the situation like it was just happened a minute before, and I hope it helps if I talk about it now. Just want to let you know that my dream is over now. I know that some of my people which are watching me just coming because of the horse, because they love horses and they want to see how we work together and how it's going and just follow our way. And of course, some of the viewers that always watched me also asked me how it's going with Caruso, how is he doing, and now I have to tell you that he died. I had to learn now that this is the new reality, that he's gone forever. Nothing can bring him back. I don't have to drive the way to the stable anymore. And if I drive it, I always remember what happened. Everyone who had to let go of beloved animals know how I'm feeling now. It doesn't matter how small or how big the animal is. If you love one and you have to watch him die in so much pain, and you're thinking what could I have done in another way? What could have saved him, and haven't I done enough? It hurts so much. It hurts so much. The last thing which reminds me to him is when I've got the bill from the vet. I don't know how much it would be. And when I pay the bill, everything is left. I only have the few stuff from his equipment which left, and the pictures of him, the moments which are saved here. So I'm very low. I'm so tired. And I had to make a break now because I haven't energy now for anything. It was too much. So I want to load up the next week or the next 2 weeks videos that I created in the past 2 weeks. And in this time I had to fill up my body energy again. Realize what happens, work with the situation that I can, going through it. I know it's better after a few time is passing, but this helps me not in this time, not today. So, and if I feel a little better in the next week or the next 2 weeks, I come back and show you new projects and videos and carry the memory of Caruso. Okay. Now you know what's going on.